8 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour, welcoming you officially to the very serious newsy side of the show. Today, welcome to Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's the fourth day in the month of March 2026. I guess that 2026 is running very fast. Do we want it to slow down a bit? Maybe. But then we're about to get into full swing election season. In fact, the APC has already started holding rallies across the country. We're watching one live right now in Benin City, and I'm sure that several different political parties will begin to do so as soon as INEC approves of it. But hey, it's election season. I can see a Shomole jumping like a on the stage. Anyway, welcome to the show. From now till the top of the hour, 4 o'clock, it's an abridged version of the show. We're going to be running through some of the headlines for today and getting your thoughts and your opinion on some of these stories. The kids are still here. Of course, I beg to differ. Students' debate continues from the 4 o'clock hour. Have you been paying attention to the kids? Have you pitched your tent already? Who do you think will be the winner for this competition, or who do you think would be a very strong opposition as they continue in the competition? Well, we'll look forward to that on the 4 o'clock hour. My name is Maryann Okon. We're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You can join the conversation on X. Use the hashtag Hard Facts. We're on WhatsApp 0809597585. As usual, if this is your first time of joining us, I'll say it like my pastor says it. This is how we welcome you to the show. We love you. We thank you for joining us on the show. There will be some light refreshment just before the show is over. I lied. Welcome to the show.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hard Facts, whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories. You know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts.
Yes, it is Hard Facts, and we are broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itimi Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. Let's go into the big stories for today, shall we? All right. 2 killed and 8 injured in Boko Haram attack in Yobe. That is not a great note to start the conversation, but unfortunately, that's it. And by the way, there have been reports of 20 soldiers, if I'm not mistaken, that were killed. It has not been reported by the media. In fact, I've had people literally just drag me on social media that there's been a social, in fact, a general media blackout where no one's talking about it. And that we're not talking about it. I don't know. I'm still searching for information on that story about soldiers who were being killed. Of course, they're talking about insecurity, either by bandits or by Boko Haram. But I'm going to try as much as possible to authenticate that story before we're able to break it, because everyone's saying, why is the media not talking about it? You guys are complicit. Anyway, let's talk about Yobe that we are certain of. And this story is from the Daily Trust newspaper. It says 2 people have been confirmed dead, while 8 others were hospitalized following the attack by Boko Haram insurgents in Gaidam town, the headquarters of Gaidam local government area of Yobe State. The insurgents, who stormed the town at about 8 p.m. on Monday, attacked a vigilante outpost at Famfon Nuri in a mini market in Gaydam. Multiple sources from the town told Daily Trust newspaper that the assailants killed a vigilante member and a civilian, while 8 other people sustained varying degrees of injuries. They parked their vehicles in the bush to enable them to sneak into the town without being noticed. When they stormed the town, their target was the vigilante outpost. A vigilante member was killed instantly, and another civilian was at the Famfon Nori market to buy something and was also gunned down. The 8 others sustained injuries while trying to flee the scene for safety, a resident who wished not to be mentioned said. The reason why I'll continue to talk about these cases of insecurity is because if government is telling us in one breast that they are, yes, fighting insecurity, they want to put an end to it, but more and more of these killings are happening. Less and less of them are being foiled. Yes, do we give our security operatives, especially the army, some credit? Yes, they're doing a great job. I've got friends in the army who still have to be in the field every other day to try to foil some of these attacks. But how will that work if journalists put their lives on the line and go undercover and do some investigations and come up with reports realizing that some governments across the country are complicit in continuing to maybe not directly aid and abet these guys, but because we keep giving them money, we give them food, they use that money to buy ammunition to continue whatever it is that they're doing and perpetrating these acts of violence, kidnapping our people, killing people in the name of whatever it is. And so if government must make us believe that they're fighting insecurity, they must not at any point be seen negotiating. They must bring down hell. Oh, whatever happened to the Christmas Day bombing? I thought it was gonna put a big blow, deal a big blow to these guys, but nothing happened, did it? So it was all a charade, Mr. Trump and the American government. I thought you were here to help us. Oh, okay, you're distracted. You're dealing with Iran. Now Turkey. It's ridiculous. Nobody's going to help us except we help ourselves. And if the people that we have in the positions of authority continue to pay lip service to fighting insecurity, to dealing with it, and they're not doing anything about it, it's time for us to take, the initiative and send them out of that place. Because do you know how many Nigerians die daily? We've gradually become statistics while they're out there on TV, dancing on platforms, trying to get themselves voted back into office, not caring about the number of people that are dying. I saw a video yesterday from, I think, Benue or Plateau State. And the preacher that was churching the mass burial, obviously, was so angry. And this is one of many other videos that we've seen. I've played a couple of videos here. It's painful to continuously stand over dead bodies and pray for the repose of their souls when you have a government that's seemingly not doing anything, always mouthing that they are doing something, but not doing anything. How many more Nigerians have to die for President Tinubu and all the top brass military officials and Nuhu Ribadu and all the state governors and their deputies? When will they all begin to be responsible to the Nigerian people who are being killed right under their noses? Because what they're doing is trading blames. Oh, the federal government is not helping us. Oh, the governors don't have power. It's on paper. The people that you swore to protect are not being protected. They're being killed every day. You're flying in private jets. You're driving in bulletproof vehicles, but your people are dying. And those same people are supposed to come out and vote for you? Maybe we the people are the problem. I'm sorry, I didn't come here to rant. Welcome to Hard Facts. Let's move on to another story. Let's talk about VAT. That will get your attention. This story is from the Punch newspaper. Tax law. VAT hits record 1 trillion naira as new sharing era begins. The total value added tax earnings rose to about 1.089 trillion naira in January as a new sharing formula commenced. altering, I beg your pardon, how the proceeds are split among the federal government, states, local government. And these are findings that have been shown by the Punch newspaper. Documents presented at the February meeting of the Federation Account Allocation Committee, as obtained by Punch newspaper yesterday, showed that the total VAT collections by Nigeria Revenue Service stood at 1.08 trillion naira in January 2026 compared to 913.96 billion naira in December 2025. The increase represents about 18% rise in month on month. However, the full 10.8 trillion naira was not available for sharing. VAT deductions at source amounted to 79.94 billion naira in January, up from 67.45 billion naira in December, leaving a net value of 1 trillion naira for distribution. Now, previously, the federal government received 15%, states received 50%, and local governments received 35%. If the previous 15% formula had been retained, the federal government would have received about 150.48 billion naira from the 1 trillion naira net VAT that was shared this January. Now, instead, they are going to be receiving 100.32 billion naira that it got under the new 10% structure, implying a shortfall of roughly 50.16 billion naira. Now, conversely, states which now receive 55% shared about 551.77 billion naira, meaning their allocation increased by approximately, pay attention, 50.16 billion naira compared to the 501.6 billion naira they would have received under the former 50% formula. So the formulas have changed. Even with the previous formula, what changes did we see? I mean, because you see, we keep hearing the federal government throws it around as you know, a campaign gimmick that we're giving more money to the states. We're sharing more money. The states are receiving more money. What can we account for these monies? Can we say as citizens of states that we've seen what these monies have been used for, or how these monies have been plugged into making our lives better in terms of infrastructure, health care delivery, education, and whatever? Can we say that? Because in Lagos we pay for everything, which is not a bad idea. But how much of the infrastructural development can we feel, touch, and taste? And this is detail for every other state. It's not just about Lagos. Lagos is very cosmopolitan, if you allow me to say that. So for states with this new sharing formula, from the 1 trillion naira net VAT shared in January, the federal government has received 100.32 billion. States have received 551.77 billion, while local governments have received 351.13 billion. For states, the impact of the new formula somewhat is positive. Their collective share rose to 551.77 billion. And that is an increase of 128.52 billion, which is equivalent to 30.4%. So states are gaining. But you who lives in the state, are you benefiting? Can you see it? Can you feel it? Can you touch it? Finally, let's talk about FIFA. To all my football lovers like me, I had to pick this story because it concerns us all. With all the bombings that are going on right now, and the fact that it's going to affect a lot of things, being that the US is right bang in the middle of all of the bombings and this so-called war. Less than 3 months to the 2026 World Cup, the generational tension between the US-Israel allyship and Iran has reached a devastating full-blown war. Since February 28, by the way. Israel, alongside the US, had described its initial air raid on Tehran as preemptive strikes. But the fire had gotten more fire, which has engulfed the majority of the Middle East, with global trade also melting in losses. Now, Ayatollah Khamenei, Iran's leader for 36 years, died under the rubble caused by some of these first wave US-Israel strikes. In retaliation, we can see what's happened in Dubai, in Kuwait, and several other places. Now, with all of these things that are happening and these escalations, it touches on sports, whether we like it or not. And in the cable newspaper here, sports are not far from being the next casualty. In other words, the World Cup is just around the corner. And guess who's hosting? By the way, with all the visa bans that President Trump has also put together, it causes a lot of concern. Now, the cable newspaper is saying that the U.S. is scheduled to co-host the 2026 World Cup with Canada and Mexico. And Iran is one of the 48 teams that qualified for the competition. Will Iran participate in the World Cup that is being hosted in the United States of America? And what about the countries that Trump has also put on the visa ban list? Will they be allowed to participate? And what does this mean for FIFA? I wish I had Chuma and some of the guys in the studio here to give me what their take is, but this conversation is for you and I. So the phone lines are open: 0201 277 0993, 0201 465 7190. Would like to hear your thoughts. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. These are the big three stories for today. My sport lovers, what do you see happening? I'm certain the gates will be shot at against Iran. I can put my money on it. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, let's talk.
Millions of listeners trust us on HadFact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies,
you are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
What is health? It's more than the absence of illness. It's a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. But let's delve deeper. Health is the heartbeat of life. It's the rhythm that keeps us moving forward. The pulse that echoes our vitality. It's a symphony of balance and harmony, resonating in every aspect of our existence. Health is a silent conductor, orchestrating the dance between the body and mind. It's the energy that propels us towards our dreams and aspirations. It is the foundation upon which we build our futures. So, what is health to you? Join me, Kofi Bartels, this and every Thursday for Health Thursday, 8 a.m. on the Morning Crossfire as we explore important issues affecting your health. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
From Washington to Beijing, Moscow to Abuja, London to Kigali, the world is shifting fast. Elections are shaping destinies, wars are redrawing borders, economies are rising and falling, and global alliances are being tested like never before. But what does it all mean for you?
With a new administration and a new president in the White House trying to put an end to the war.
I didn't know the historical context, what the state of Israel means for them.
Join the fearless Ireti Bakare Yusuf on Borderlines every Friday at 4 p.m. on Nigeria Info 99.3. As she dissects the biggest global events and their impact on world peace.
Those who are not familiar with Israel or the war itself would not know much about the group breaking the silence.
Borderlines on Nigeria Info every Friday at 4 p.m. The world is changing. Don't just watch, understand it. Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Open the doors to the conversations that move you.
Lagos State enforcement teams carried out cleanup and anti-crime operations.
That is the truth. These are businessmen over Nigeria, and they are very serious.
This INEC, did they change any thing to conduct election?
You cannot be whipping me with Koboko and Scorpion, and then you expect me to come and vote for you.
I hear some of us opposition is not ready. When the ruling party don't want opposition to exist, what do we do?
These people are just changing figures and cleaning. It is tiring.
All of us sit down and entertain a conversation where we cannot put internet in one village.
On your favorite dial, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Understanding Nigeria starts with asking better questions. Hard facts on Nigeria Info, the nation's number one talk, news, and sports radio station. Let's talk.
In case you're just joining us, the program is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're broadcasting live from our audio-visual studios here in It's Me and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I'm Maryann Okon. These are the stories we're tracking. 2 killed and 8 injured in Yobe by Boko Haram, obviously. And the big question is, when will it end? Is there any stride to make it end? Is there the body language of government? Does it seem like, have we become mere numbers? Because what we see is politicians fighting for space as opposed to protecting us. When will it end? Or do we have to put an end to it? Because if these guys seemingly are taking us for a ride, maybe we need to show them who the boss is. Yes, because we are the bosses. We put them there. We gave them a job. And they have a job to do. If they're not doing it and all they're doing is lining their pockets and living la vida loca, it's time for Nigerians to rise up. We cannot allow for so many people to continue. It's statistics every day. At least in a week, more and more people are being killed, kidnapped, taken away from their homes. And we're fighting on social media. Who's Igbo? Who's Yoruba? Who likes Tinubu? Who hates Tinubu? Some idiot just sent me a message on Twitter that Nigeria Info and all the presenters that we're very biased. We don't know anything about balance. I'm sorry for you. That's what bothers you right now? Not the state of the situation in your community. You are there fighting and saying you support Tinubu. Nobody's telling you who to support. But most importantly, what is our fate as a country, as a people? Is your life getting better? And if your leaders are not accountable to you, then you're playing the ostrich. Because it's idiocy to tag me on a post when you're trying to make your paymaster feel good. Keep me out of it. You can support your paymaster without dragging me and my colleagues into it. I'm just saying that. Okay? But most importantly, many people are dying. You may not really understand how bad it is until it hits close to home. And our family members travel to different parts of the world. Anything can happen. Remember that journalist friend that we brought on the show some time ago who was just going about his business and was kidnapped on the job? And all that he gathered in that interview that we had, he said, the bus driver that was kidnapped alongside them, when it was time for the guy to be released and he was asking how he would get his bus, they told him to go to the police station to pick up his bus. His bus, the bus that they used they were driving from Akwa Ibom to Abuja. The guy that was in charge of the abductions was a choir master in church. Do you see where we are as a country? Let's keep playing. And of course, we're talking about VAT and states sharing monies. More money is coming to the states. Is it reflecting on the infrastructure and, the things that government needs to do to make our lives better? And finally, of course, the issue of US's bombardment and the war that's going on right now in the Middle East. Will it affect the World Cup? 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. You could join the conversation on X, on Facebook, and on YouTube. 60 seconds is all you have. Welcome to Hard Facts. Hello.
Good afternoon, hand.
Hello. All right, you'll have to call me back, please. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, Christopher calling from Ikoyi.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. When you talk, they say you are running down your country, country. What are they going to campaign on? You like the people they kill in Yobe now. If all of them don't come to this ruling party that cannot protect life and property, and every one of you are jumping into the same party, what are they going to campaign on? Kashim Shettima and co. I want to hear what the story they will tell again this time. Like I always say, the ball is in our court, and we will suffer it. We are in for it. Thank you, Action Lady.
Thank you very much for calling. We can have conversations without demarketing the country, but then what is marketing of the company or the country, I beg your pardon, if the country in itself is allowing for its people to die like chicken and all they do is pay lip service and talk tough, but their body language does not match the yapping? That's my question. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. This is Memnon calling from Okota.
Go ahead, please.
All this money, Miriam, I'm tired though. Since, in fact, FRS, everybody is declaring profit. I don't understand what the money is in. And we're still borrowing. And these people supporting this guy, I don't understand. How can I support someone who said, if I don't give you power, don't vote for me, but he's on solar? We are finished too.
And you go and buy your own solar now.
Do you know how much? 7 million.
Go and buy your own solar.
I don't suffer enough. In fact, I need my own G5. Maybe I can come massage my head. I don't suffer.
Man, thank you.
I mean, like, I go join this largest. I don't do suffer. Maybe they massage my head.
Man, thank you for calling. I appreciate it. By the way, I myself, I'm looking for who will buy me inverter because I'm tired. I don't have light. I've not had light for days, and I'm suffering. So please, if you like me, buy me inverter. Or maybe I should just move in with Sheriff. Sheriff, can I move in with you? Do you have space? Welcome to Hard Fact.
Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
What's your name? Where are you calling from? 60 seconds.
This is T-Boy from Agege.
Go ahead.
Okay. I want to talk about the killings happening in Nigeria.
Yes, especially the one in Yobe.
Yeah. I'm 15 years of age, and ever since I was born, we always have to hear all these heartbreaking stories of people dying and dying. And I just keep on wondering, when is it going to stop? And where did Nigeria get so wrong? For the money, and you just hear billions, trillions, and they are not seeing the outcome of the money they are calling. Trillions, billions today, trillions tomorrow, and you are not seeing anything. I'm just wondering, where is this Nigeria heading to? As of other, like 10 years before now, people were still complaining. Now we are still complaining. My daddy once told me something that when I get older, that the bread that is buying 5,000 now for me, I'll later buy 10,000 by that time, and I'll know what is suffering. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I hope that tomorrow gets better, because I do not want to have kids that would come to a country where they leave today and tomorrow they're dead, they're abducted. They literally cannot tell what tomorrow holds, and they have leaders that are unreliable. I do not want that kind of country for my children. And he's 15. He's saying, well, he's beginning to see what his father used to tell him. And it's really sad. Where are we going to is the question. Join the conversation. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. Turn off your radio.
Hello, Maryann.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. This is Usman for Balede.
Usman, go ahead.
Maryann, I want to ask you a question. This question, please just answer me sincerely. You understand me? Nigeria, is it a country?
Yes, it is.
It's a country. No, me, I don't think Nigeria is a country. Okay. Nigeria is a market. You understand me? Nigeria is a market. You come and buy and go. If Nigeria is a country, all those money we are hearing, billions of billions of billions of naira for one person, trillion for one person. If I don't run down, that cost if I don't run down. You understand me? Nigeria is not the tradition. You come and buy and go, you come and buy and go. That is Nigeria. Look at the country now. Tell me one thing where is working in this country. No life. God give
something is working. There's
no
fund. There's Nail fund. Nail fund is working.
Man, to do what? The only thing
people are getting funding to go to university.
The only thing is working in this country. The only thing is working in this country is corruption. That's the only thing is working perfect.
No, you're not being sincere now. You have coastal road. Even the Lekki Ekpe is good now.
I share the money to the governors. They are not. It's a pity for this country. It's a pity for Nigeria.
Okay, Usman, thank you for calling. I feel your pain. If you're watching live on YouTube, you can tell from my demeanor that I'm stressed. I can't scream today. I'm trying not to. I'm letting you do the screaming because I'm stressed. I need light. I'm tired. If it's not one thing, it's another. It's ridiculous. Welcome to Hard Facts. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, Mira. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Mrs. Oboli. I will call you mommy today. Maryann.
Mrs. Oboli, go ahead, please.
So, if they ask now what is working in this country, now we'll say it's Nail Fund. Number two.
Nail Fund is working.
Number three, yes. Maryann, somebody needs to be alive for you to be able to access basic amenities or whatever social construct you want to say you are giving to me. I need to stay alive. My brothers and sisters, children need to stay alive to be able to access it. And so if you cannot protect lives and citizens and property of the citizens of this country, you have failed woefully as a government. And now for our brothers and sisters, where they die for North, for Kwara, for Maiduguri, for Yobe, for Kano, and everywhere. And then they beat their chest. What do you expect from pen pushing bad trolls that come on X and Twitter to end their urgent 2K or 5K? At the end of the day, you are better than them 1 million times. And they come and tell us that you are being biased. They are being biased. Because if you tell me to vote for you, I don't give you the dividends of democracy by protecting my life and that of the other citizens, you have failed as incumbent.
All right.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Thank you very much for calling. It's venting day, by the way. 0201 2770993 0201 465 7190. Have you tried renting a house in Lagos, by the way? The greed is monumental. The madness is spreading like wildfire. I think I want to move to Oyo. Maybe I'll take a train to work every day. How about that? It's workable, isn't it? Yeah, it's crazy. And no light. Literally, nothing's working. And the light issue is not just in Lagos. It's everywhere. You saw what happened yesterday. Edo State, Niger State. Which other states was also protesting? And what's his name? Wants to be governor of Oyo State. How did he perform when he was at the bank, by the way? Anybody knows? Welcome to Hard Facts.
I greet you, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
God bless you. Today, I want to tell my people, Nigerians. I said it before, we continue to say we will complain till eternity without doing the needful. I can tell anybody without fear of anybody, we are the problem of Nigeria, not the government.
How are we the problem? Please tell us. Enlighten us.
They say who pays the pipers dictates the tune. But we pay the piper, we refuse to give the piper the tune that he should follow. They say that democracy is the government of the people and from the people. They say power belongs to the people. But whenever we elect these people, we go and relax. If they say protest, only Shawole will come outside. If they say protest, only Peter Obi will come outside. If they say protest, what is the name of the other guy? Only will come outside. Nigerians will sit at home, trying to tell government to fight against themselves and do the needful. Right. What happened yesterday? When those people do the protest with those crowd of people, how many tear gas they throw there? How many people they kill? Because they came out in mass. But if they said they should protest for good governance, everybody will stay at home. Let us continue to complain. There is no problem. But when we wake up, any day we wake up, Nigeria will be fixed. And all of us will enjoy it. Thank you. God continue to
Thank you very much for calling. I want to read the messages that are coming in, so give me a few minutes because I have just about 3 right now. On the other side of the at 3:45, I have a guest who's going to be talking to us about marketing. Yes, online marketing. AB Ambo here says on Facebook Live, to some Nigerians, Tinubu's government is the next best thing after sliced bread and butter. Does it not matter whether Nigerians are dying left, right? Oh, it does not matter whether Nigerians are dying left, right, and center from Boko Haram and bandit attacks, but we must never stop talking about the killings in northern Nigeria. Talks are considered to be important. The talks that are considered to be important must be made to drag on for so long so as to make even the deaf begin to hear it. Architect Adedayo here says, when you build your government on lies and eye service, propaganda, hypocrisy, you can't prosper. It's like putting an Aguero in a vault of a central bank and it will loot it aground. They can never be accountable to you, and you ask can the king of corruption fight corruption? Look at all those that surround your president, from ministers, governors, senators, etc. Corrupt and above the law. Birds of the same feather flock together. Thank you. Daniel Chichi here says, He says that your callers speak too many English, and politicians can't even speak 50% of the English as your callers' English. And English will not solve our problem. But it is when we protest and vote out APC that will make everything work well. I have been complaining that Nigeria Info blocks me on WhatsApp. Also, okay, Nigeria Info cannot block you on WhatsApp now. Who blocked you? I don't know about that, by the way. John Benadohi here says the killings in Yobe happened in my hometown, or in the hometown of the Minister of Police Affairs. Truth is that Tinubu has failed woefully in terms of security, and he doesn't care, says John on Facebook Live. Thank you very much, John, for your message. Let me go to X. I have some messages here on X. Chukemeka Izogu is asking me about FIFA. Any news to resolve Nigeria DRC's lingering case? Well, I know that there was something that broke last week, but I don't think that they've fully addressed it. So we'll keep our fingers crossed to see what happens. Joy Forever here says, with all this sharing of VAT, please, what difference has it made to ordinary citizens? People drill their own boreholes, no lights, Boko Haram killing every day, no respite. I'm sure that Iran will go to USA. Maybe FIFA should move their games. I'm sure you mean will not. They should move their games to Canada and Mexico, or Nigeria replaces them. For where? Well, that's all on this side of the clock. On the other side, we'll be talking about online marketing and why you should invest outside of, just putting your monies in the bank. My guest is joining me in the studio in just a bit. I want to thank you all for being part of the conversation. Don't forget, go on, if you're not following me on TikTok, I have enough followers on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram and on my TikTok. It's very important. I need more people on TikTok. It's MIMIEYO. I'll be back in a few seconds.
There's a reason why over 1 million people tune into Hard Facts every day. We discuss in-depth stories with sources behind the facts.
The Lagos State High Court has convicted, suspended the Chicago certificate story. It's never going away, is it? The show with stories for the day.
You hear diverse voices and opinions.
Husband was a politician, and she was busy campaigning with her husband, knowing that.
You should not put happy because there is nothing to happy about.
Yeah, it's quite pathetic the way the country is going.
We distinguish each story accurately with analysis.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
The news you need, the conversation you hear, the station you love.
Federal exports hit 371 billion naira amid heavy import reliance.
Resident doctors give federal government 30 days to address doctors' demands.
Jonathan will return to Aso Rock as president, says Professor Jerry Ghana.
Those who actually frustrated him out of office may be so desperate to wish him back.
Workers have a constitutionally afforded right to join unions or not to join.
Madam ADC gives article ultimatum to pick membership card, so it's not even pick this membership card. All these problems.
Really, we are not all we have. They have other things.
Or we're not enough.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.